My name is Bob Freeling, and I'm the director of a nonprofit organization called the Solar Electric Light Fund. We're based in Washington, D.C., and our mission is to bring solar electricity to rural and remote villages in developing countries. You know, altogether, there are about 2 billion people in the world that don't have electricity. That's sometimes surprising for people who learn this statistic, because that represents almost a third of humanity. The question is, how are these 2 billion people going to emerge from centuries of darkness into a sustainable future that is powered with some sort of sustainable source of energy? In Africa, you've got, in many cases, 80 to 90% of the people that are without electricity. If you look at a satellite image of Earth at night, what do you see? A dark continent. For example, a couple of years ago, we did a project in northern Nigeria. We electrified a few villages, and we brought solar power to these communities and used the power for water pumping, street lighting, schools, health clinics, micro-enterprise centers, community centers, mosques, homes. We're taking a comprehensive approach where solar energy is an enabling technology that can bring about improvements in health, education, and economic development all at the same time. We believe that solar energy represents a better solution for electric power in rural settings than diesel generators, because it's going to be more sustainable, it's going to be more reliable, and it's ultimately going to be cheaper. Maybe it will be more expensive up front, but over the life of the system, solar actually competes favorably with something like diesel generation. And now, with global warming and climate change on everybody's mind, it's important to think about ways of providing energy that aren't adding more greenhouse gases to the environment. If you were to rely on fossil fuels to light up Africa, that would be a disaster in terms of global climate change. So using the sun, which is a clean, renewable, and carbon-free source of energy, to bring Africa into the 21st century, to me, is the only way to go. I think when you talk about cost, you have to look at the time horizon. People often think that solar electricity is too expensive because they're only thinking about today. If people took a longer term view and were willing to invest in solar energy long term, then it becomes more attractive economically, because they'll spend a fair sum of money to put a photovoltaic array on their home. But remember, that solar array is going to be good for 20, 30 years, continuing to pump out electricity reliably and sustainably for decades. And who knows what's going to happen to the cost of fossil fuels over time. You see, it's going to probably go up. Look at the cost of oil today.